Hello, my name is Ellen Embury, and I'm here with my law partner, Rachel West. Together, we own Canada's largest fertility and surrogacy law practice. And what we want to do in this video is focus on the fertility side, and in particular, the legal issues around egg donation in particular, and embryo donation. And I'm going to ask Rachel that you tell us about egg donation and egg donation contracts.
So the key question for egg donation is, why should I have an egg donation contract or an agreement with my egg donor? And there are 4 key reasons why you want to have an agreement with your egg donor. The first is that you want to establish in a legal contract that you are the only parents of your child and that your egg donor doesn't have a right to claim later that she is a parent. The second key topic is risk. We want your egg donor to say in the agreement she understands she is exchanging medical information with you. We are going to protect that information, but also there are risks associated with a medical procedure. So we want her to acknowledge those risks, accept those risks, and protect you against any consequences related to that risk. The third topic is always reimbursable expenses, because that is a key area of concern here in Canada. So we want to ensure that she is following the rules and the laws with respect to reimbursable expenses. And then the final and fourth topic is always communication. Now, regardless of whether or not it is an anonymous or a known donation, communication is still a topic in the agreement. We want to establish a right for you to obtain further future information from your donor, either medical or genetic information. And then if it is a known agreement, or if there is an opportunity for your donor to be known later on, we want to establish a communication pathway for you to exchange communication information or to obtain that information at a later date. So those are the key topics that we will establish in an agreement. And as always, our goal is to ensure that you are comfortable and protected and ready to embark on this next step of a surrogacy or fertility process. Something we are seeing more and more of in our practice is embryo donation. Ellen, can you sort of touch on embryo donation for us?
Sure. And embryo donation is not as large a topic as egg donation, but we do find that there are a number of clinics in Canada which have excess stored embryos, and many of them have embryo donation, and sometimes it's called an embryo adoption program. You cannot buy embryos in Canada, but we do find that more and more of our clients are interested in the idea of exploring embryo adoption or embryo donation. And typically, those clients are going to fall into 2 categories. In the first scenario, we would either have a single woman or potentially a couple who are interested in using donated embryos, and then in that circumstance, the woman would carry the baby and give birth to the baby herself. In the second scenario, we're seeing intended parents who are interested in using donated embryos in surrogacy. In both of those situations, there are legal consequences, but in particular, when intended parents are using donated embryos in surrogacy, it is very important to have some legal advice in advance so that we know exactly where the baby is going to be born. And that is because in some Canadian provinces, it is still necessary to have a genetic link to the child in order to do a really fast and quick parentage process at the end. So if you have questions about embryo donation, if you're considering whether or not using donated, or sometimes we call them adopted embryos, is the right decision for you, I would encourage you to click the button on our website and schedule a free consult with either Rachel or I, and we'll be happy to answer any of those questions for you.
We look forward to speaking with you.